They're going on Facebook Lives because they're Trump supporters. Did Trump just not start a war yesterday?
I'm sorry. What the does whether Trump started a war with Iran have anything to do with whether you sell smoothies to people in Ann Arbor? Like, girl. We're going to discuss, like, this story that's going viral that is so absurd and very much a sign of the times, because the latest hotbed of the culture war is a Smoothie King in Michigan. And I will say this, I don't think I've been to this Smoothie King, but Smoothie King sucks as a chain. Like, they're so expensive. These smoothies are not good. They're always empty. I'm surprised they're not like low-key a front for money laundering, joke, no defamation, because I always see them empty. I don't know how they stay open. But apparently the new hotbed for the culture war is a Smoothie King in Michigan. So where I'm from. So here's the headline from The Independent. Smoothie King fires 2 employees for refusing service to MAGA customer. And then there's more details here. 2 Smoothie King employees were dismissed after refusing to serve a customer wearing a Donald Trump hoodie at a franchise in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The customer's wife, Erica Lindmeyer, filmed the incident, which went viral, showing employees stating they were uncomfortable and that Trump discriminates us. The couple challenged the refusal as discrimination based on political views, while the employees cited their right to refuse service. Smoothie King's corporate office and the local franchise owner issued an apology to the customer, affirming their commitment to non-discrimination. So we'll get into that statement from Smoothie King and to some of the questions that are being raised here. But let's see. I will first just play you this viral video, and we can discuss it as we go along. I do want to say this. I believe the main girl in the video behind the counter is a minor. She's obviously confused and kind of uneducated. The way she behaved is unacceptable, and I'll give my take on it. But let's not go out of our way to harass her. She's already been fired. You don't need to go bully her, find her account, send her messages. She will learn her lesson from this and hopefully move on and grow. But she is under the age of 18, and we need to be careful talking about these viral incidents that we don't take the backlash too far. Although in this case, there's obviously backlash that did need to happen, because I don't think this is okay. But let's listen to this viral video.
Yeah, like we don't support that. Our company is not about that. Like,
oh my God. So the text on the video is refusing service to Trumpies gone wrong. And then it is this young African-American girl. And you can tell she's young. I think she literally has braces. Okay, so keep that in mind as we're going here. But yes, it did go, in fact, go wrong. But so she's working at the Smoothie King in, I think, Lansing, they said. Oh no, Ann Arbor, Michigan. And somebody comes in with a Trump hoodie and they're like, get out. Which, interesting decision. I mean, you're just low-level employees. I'm not sure why you think you have the authority to do that. And do you realize you're operating a business in a state that voted for Trump in 2024? Wild.
like we're not really comfortable with that. Okay, well, you can have a great day because we have the right to refuse service. So.
Okay, so you're discriminating, right?
So we're just. You're getting loud, sir. Like.
You're getting loud, sir. Like, okay. Well, I'm sure he's bothered by the fact that you're ejecting him from the store when he's done nothing wrong except wear a hoodie that hurts your fifis. And I mean, you do have the right to refuse service. And I will say that as far as I'm aware, political discrimination is not illegal in Michigan, but you are a low-level employee at a company that does not want to refuse service to Trump supporters, and that is against their policies. So you have the right to refuse service, but not in ways that contravene your employer's expectation and standards, and not because of political identity. That is not part of the right to refuse service as dictated by your employer. And it is not you, your role, or your ability as a 16 or 17-year-old earning $15 an hour making smoothies to declare that, like, more than half the state of Michigan, according to the last election at least, is not welcome in your store, that you don't own and aren't in charge of. So there's a degree of entitlement here that's crazy. Just crazy.
Okay, thank you. Like, no, we're not serving Trump supporters. You have a great day. You have a great day. I'm confused if this is a joke too. Like, we're questioning the same thing. Okay. Because you're Trump supporters? They're They're going on Facebook Lives because they're Trump supporters. Did Trump just not start a war yesterday?
You're refusing service.
I'm sorry. What the does whether Trump started a war with Iran have anything to do with whether you sell smoothies to people in Ann Arbor? Like, girl. Listen, I do believe that if you're a small business owner and you own a business, it should be, I personally don't support it. I don't want to live in a society where that's a Republican restaurant, that's a Democratic restaurant. Who do you vote for? You're not allowed in my store. I think we should leave politics out of this kind of thing. However, I think you have a legal right as a business owner to refuse service because of someone's political views, because that's not the same as an immutable characteristic like someone being black or gay, where they can't choose it. It's a belief system that you choose, and it's fair to judge people. I should, for example, if a literal Nazi comes into my store, I should be able to say, "Get out! Your ideas are evil. I don't want you here." Now, you're not the store owner. That's the problem here. So you don't have the right to do this, and it's totally unreasonable in a population where you're serving Trump supporters all the time, I'm sure. And if you actually were able to successfully implement a no Trumpies allowed and put the sign up in the window, you would make the store go out of business. So congrats on your doing your big one. Again, it's just a teenager. So listen, she's got a mushy brain. I'm sure she'll look back in a few years and be embarrassed by this. But it's not okay to do this. And I understand why these customers were so frustrated.
Refusing service at this establishment because we're told of you, right? Which is discrimination.
You know that ICE is going on right now?
Which is discrimination, right?
Yeah, but you came in here with like
I came in here how?
Okay, well, you said you were gonna leave, so please just have a great day and leave so we can continue what we're doing. Like, thank
we
you.
were just wanting a smoothie and you literally looked at us and I asked you if everything was okay. You said you don't feel comfortable serving me because of my husband's hoodie.
Yes.
This is discrimination.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like, you're still here. Like,
Discriminates us. So
that's illegal. Okay,
I said Trump discriminates us.
right.
Trump discriminates us. That is not correct grammar, my love. And how does he discriminate against black teenagers? Have I just missed that part? Also, like, she brought up ICE. Like, oh my God, I can't with 16 and 17-year-olds who think they have the whole world figured out, to the point where people who disagree with them must just be evil and should be banned from smoothies. Like, the entitlement, the arrogance, the lack of humility. Again, it's teenagers, so what do you expect? But I would like to think that most are raised to know better than this. And especially, like, you grew up in Michigan, babe. You didn't grow up in, like, I don't know, LA or something, where you're never around a Trump supporter and then suddenly, or at least not a public one, and then suddenly someone comes in. It's like, you probably interact with people who voted for Trump every single day your whole life. Like, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
What does it have to do with us wanting a smoothie?
Okay, but that's what you support. That's what you love, though. So go ahead. Have a great day.
You don't own this. You don't own Smoothie.
Okay, have a great day. Like, why are they still here?
Yeah, that's the ultimate point. Like, you don't own Smoothie King. It is a chain with franchises and a franchise owner who you are simply an employee of. And that franchise owner gets to decide whether they refuse service to Trump supporters. And they certainly don't want to. And I don't think Smoothie King would even allow them to if they wanted to, because they also have responsibilities to the corporate, I don't know what the right word is, but above the franchisee. And so, yeah, you can't just go rogue and do this. And you are always going to get fired. I don't know how she thought recording this made her look good. And I hope the, like, 10 seconds of 15 minutes of, well, I'm incoherent, of fame on TikTok was worth it. I don't know. Let's listen.
They're still here. Okay, that's fine. Like, you're just making us uncomfortable. I don't care. Like, have a great day. Get out. Go. Go. Get out. Like, he's like, go. Like, are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? That's embarrassing. You guys supporting Trump, that's embarrassing for you. That's embarrassing for you guys. It's not embarrassing because my manager was here. She said the same thing to you. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, okay? That's that.
You know that's a crime, right?
It's not, though. We have.
I will say, he said, you know, that's a crime, right? I don't think it is a crime. Yeah, I don't think that's true. It can be wrong. It can be against the company's policies, and this woman is going to get fired for it. As is, if her manager really told her to do this, then the manager will be fired as well. But it's not a crime. It's not against criminal law to kick someone out of your store for their political views.
We have the right to refuse service here, and that's what we did. You asked her what was wrong and she said that she was uncomfortable, right or wrong. You asked the question and she answered. Have a great day.
Oh my God.
Have a great day. The door is right there. Have a great day. Thank you. Have a great day. Call the police. Okay, what's the police gonna do?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
The police aren't going to do anything because it's not a criminal issue. It's an issue where you're going to get fired by your boss. So I do agree with that. But she's so sassy and rude to these adults. Like, God forbid a teenager have some respect.
There's no way. Okay, why are you still in here? Have a good day. Like, what? Like, what the No, like, wait, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I need to do both. Like,
Okay, so in the least surprising outcome of all time, this little stunt of her doing her big one did backfire and she was fired. And Smoothie King put out a statement that I'll read here. As a brand, Smoothie King is committed to ensuring our stores are a place free of discrimination of any kind, where every guest and team member is treated with care and respect. Following an investigation into an incident involving a guest who was refused service at a franchise location in Michigan yesterday, the franchise owner has taken immediate action and the 2 employees involved are no longer with the business. Both the franchise owner and Smoothie King Corporate have reached out to the guest several times to apologize and will continue to follow up. The local owner is also taking further action and enforcing mandatory retraining for all employees that outlines our guest experience standards. So as far as I'm concerned, that should really be the end of it. These young women do not need to be targeted and harassed and have their lives ruined, but they did need to be fired. They behaved in an unacceptable way and they were held accountable for it. It sounds like this is something that was done without the franchise owner's knowledge, and they're going to address it. So there's no need to boycott Smoothie King in the latest culture war uproar. But yes, I've been boycotting them for years because they're overpriced and their smoothies suck. But there's no additional culture war reason to start boycotting Smoothie King. And I find it sad that like this kind of thing seems to keep happening, where just everything gets swept up in a culture war and a demonization of us versus them. I really don't want society to fracture into these bubbles where, oh, that's a Republican Cinnabon where libs aren't welcome, and that's a Democrat Cinnabon where MAGA is not well. Like, please, let's not do that. Like, can we not just remain a society where we interact and coexist and settle our disagreements and I don't know. I find the whole thing to be ridiculous. I understand why the video went viral, but I do wish people would not act like, every small point of conflict in one isolated circumstance needs to become a national story. It has. It's gone super viral, but now I see people like targeting other franchise owners and spreading this young woman's name everywhere and saying, make sure she doesn't get admitted to any colleges. And it's like, let's not do too much. Let's not overreact. She's a foolish teenage girl who hopefully will learn a lesson from this. And the stores and the brand have made it right and made it clear that this isn't what they're going to do. So close the book, get over it. Let's move on to the next viral culture war outrage story. That's my take on the Great Smoothie King Wars of March 2026. So y'all will have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and all of that. And guys, that'll be it for today's episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk again real soon.